everybody, it's Stalker13R, coming at you with another episode, and we have an amazing and rare feat today. We're going uphill in our Tiger 2, and we're gonna what? That's right, get a kamikaze ram kill, uphill in a Tiger 2. Anybody else got footage of that? Huh? Am I a lot more impressed with that than anyone else is? Alright, I entertained myself, but here we are at part 2 of our look at El Hal. And are the campers really just camping? So that's sitting there doing nothing. Because the changing meta means everyone thinks everyone should go to the rocks. And here we are in our Lycan, and right off the bat, somebody's trying to hurt us to send us up to the rocks, as if we didn't know everyone on the team must go up there. Well, I myself normally go up to the rocks, and I didn't know what was going on back here, but you hear so much about it over the headset, like right about now you're going to see somebody coming up on the headset on the team here any second, and they're going to say that everybody back here is doing nothing and everybody has to go to the rocks. And so we decided to take a two-part look at this, and last week, or the week before, we were in the Centurion 7-1, and we sat up on the ridge, and we were top of the list at the end of that game, and we prevented the cross cap, and we had the barrel heated up early game, mid game, and late game. So we had, a reasonable average game, and we put that win on the board, and we were top of the list for our team. So I thought this week we would take a look at the Lycan and take a look at those middle tiers and see if the meta's any different in the middle tiers than it is at the top tier. And we'll take a look at this light tank, because we'll have more mobility to get that push across. So instead of just defending, we're going to actually go on the attack today. So we've got that heated up. And if you didn't notice, there's a second show each week that we're going to do, and it's going to be on Thursdays. So our new release dates for shows is going to be Thursdays and Saturdays. So tune in twice a week and catch double the footage. On the Thursday show, we're going to take a look at some upcoming events. We're going to take a look at premium tanks and how to get garage ready for the events that are coming up. Because there's 3 ways you can get premium tanks, and only one of them involves spending money. So you still have 2 options if you're not reaching into the wallet to support the game. And so here we are. As soon as there's that heavy tank that you'll see right there in the bottom of the map, as soon as they shoot that heavy tank, those TDs behind me that I'm out here spotting for, as soon as they shoot that tank and I'm not getting the spotting damage for it, I'm no longer doing any good here and they don't need me. So it's time to move to an area that I'm actually getting something done. Always be jobbing it. And you got time for leaning, you got time for cleaning, so get your broom out and start dusting some stuff off. In the mid game, it seems like it's and they're just getting a different angle or line of sight up there. We got that artillery spotted, and if you wait for it, 1, 2, 3, hey, there he is, and we got that cleaned up while we're on our way. But as soon as the rocks gets developed, somebody tries to make the end run and flank around, and here you'll see that light tank coming. And that saddle that he's in right now, a lot of times you'll still find guys hanging back, and they'll be still trying to poke that ridge, so you can get them out of there and get them up into the fight and push them into your friendly guns. So, I said I had to come over here and get something done, and we've got this enemy team Lycan on the run. He's going to go try to be a nuisance somewhere. And we've got a Tiger 2 hanging back there because he knows somebody's going to be coming across. And the guy like me is going to miss all 3 shots that I took at him, so somebody's going to need to be there to put him off the board. So there's our mid-game activity. We got that artillery spotted up by pushing up onto this ridge line. We detected that end run, and we took some shots at him, but it ended up being somebody else that took him out. So now I'm going to come back up here, and we're going to clear up, this area that's near cap, and we'll go into sniper mode so we can see what's going on, and in the actual scope when we aim in. And we'll take a look at how the rest of this game plays out. On the Thursday show, we're also going to do some looks at first games in new tanks that I get. I've been grinding a couple of lines, and I've got some tanks. The wife got me a whole bunch of those commander boxes or loot chests or whatever they were called. And I ended up with a bunch of new tanks and a big old pile of gold that I got a couple of more with, and we'll be taking a look at not only what I'm grinding and unlocking in the tech tree, but some of the gold tanks that I'm using to round out my garage to get ready for things like March Madness or Tank Bowl, both of which are coming up. So we're going to have a show on that, and if you don't know what those are all about, be sure to tune in. And if you participated last year, we're going to get some food for thought on things I learned from getting kind of caught unawares and not prepared for the event. So while we're here on this show this week and we're talking about changing metas, the light tank meta. Everybody knows the light tank goes behind the rock, you wait till you go stealth, and you're off the spot right there. So right about now is where I turn around and come back out the way I went in, because it's tricky and it's the old switcheroo. Well, look at this. The Ferdinand's onto that, and so is everyone else. The old switcheroo has been switcherooed, so you have to double switcheroo to switch the roo, or however that works out. And did you see that first shot I got the fire, because I am using my critical area hits, and that is, one of the things that's going to help you as a player is, always be shooting at those critical areas and maximizing your damage. But that guy had an automatic fire extinguisher. And upcoming, we're going to look at one of our Attitudes in Game series. How is it that you can spend 20,000 silver on an automatic fire extinguisher, and that's okay, but you spend 500 silver on a premium round and you're a gold spammer? So we'll take a look at, what is the real deal with all of these premium consumables. And, APCR is just one of those. Now, today I'm just shooting standard rounds because at this tier and these matchups, that's all I need to be shooting. I don't need to get into those premium rounds. And you see, I only carry a limited amount, but there is a time and place for them. So we're going to have a series coming up where we take a look at some of that. And now we've got late game. I've only got 3 rounds in the clip. I know I'm going to get pinched in because I know that charioteer's right behind him. So I'm going to get my damage off, and I'm going to try to get up here on the hill and keep my dead carcass from an area where it could be used as cover, but I'm not quite successful. But we did just enough damage there that our team's going to be able to put this one on the win. So, we had that guy that was early game, and before anybody had even driven anywhere, it was already on the headset saying that, there's too many campers and we're going to lose the game. That's embarrassing when the campers actually put the win on the board for you. So, I doubt any of my listeners are one of those guys, but if you are tuning into the show and that's something that you've done, in case you didn't get the memo, hey, the memo's changed. I normally go up to the rocks myself, so I wanted to see what life was like, and there we're second on the list this week. So we had a top of the list and a second on the list. We looked at top tier, we looked at middle tier, and it looks like those guys are actually getting something done and helping out putting wins on the board. So, the support element is often the unsung heroes, as in all things in military life. So, World of Tanks is no different. So, we got the Lycan, and this was a premium tank that I ground during the Halloween event, and I put it in the garage for free, and I put my Turkish flag on it because we like Turkey and they're a great country of people, and we're having a good time in it. And this was a way that I could round out my garage, because as you can see, there were no other American light tanks in there. I didn't have any tech tree American light tanks, so it was a great way to fill that gap on the quick. And since they had an event that I could grind it, it didn't cost me any money. Thanks for watching.